Hello. Today we're going to pull data from Google Analytics and use Omniscope to transform, enrich, and visualize our findings. Firstly, we want to pull some website data from Google Analytics by simply dragging out our two Google Analytics blocks. These blocks have been pre-configured with our Visokio website data, and I have chosen custom dimensions and metrics to evaluate. Next step is to prepare the data. So by clicking on this blue plus again, we head over to the preparation section and drag out our field organizer block for each of our file inputs. Within this field organizer block, we can change the format of our fields. This data tab will give us a preview of the data. As we can see, our account name should be changed to website, our profile name deleted, and the formats of some of these fields should be changed appropriately. Same thing for the other block. Now our data should be in the correct format. Next up, if we want to make one complete data set, we can go over to the preparation section and drag out our join block and connect our two inputs. Over here, click on the join options and now configure it appropriately. So what we want to do is join on all the similar fields in both data sets. And we hit play. This data tab will give us a preview of the new data set that we've created. Next up, if we want to perform some data analytics on our new data set, let's say we want to find some similar groups of people who hit our website. So if we go over to this blue plus in analytics, we can take out this clustering block and connect it to our data set. Opening up the clustering blocks, we can choose which fields we want to perform the analysis on and hit play. Omniscope will tell us that it's found 4 clusters, so 4 different groups with 9 fields. In order to visualize this clustering data visually, it would be nice to have it on a double axis. So if we take out this reduce dimensions block and connect it, we can reduce the amount of dimensions to a fixed number, let's say 2, and play. Now when we connect this to our report block later, we'll be able to visualize that scatter on a 2-dimensional axis. Next, we can head over to analytics and perform an anomaly detection on our data set. So if we plug our join into this anomaly detection block, and we can perform on the same fields as before, and hit play. Next step is to add a report block and visually explore our findings. I've got this pre-configured report block to do a nice visual exploration of the data we've just prepared. So taking a look at this report, we can see that we have this map view over here, which is mapping the longitude and latitude coordinates from our data set. So we have a geographical representation of the users on our website. This Pareto view on the left shows us the accumulation of session time across all the countries that are doing the website traffic. So over here we can see that about 80% of our website traffic comes from these top 6 countries over here. We also have this line view over time, which shows us that Africa has the highest average session duration out of all the continents. And we can see that these new users per location have Berlin at the top. So Berlin has the most amount of new users. The filters here on the right affect the data in real time. So if I want to drill down more on what's going on in Africa, I can click on Africa, and we now have an updated new users per location. Abuja now is our top. And we can see the breakdown here in our Pareto as well. Click reset to set it back to normal and look into our analytics tab now. This contains our clustering and anomaly detection blocks. So I just reset this filter, we can see that it's sized by outlier score. So the higher the outlier score, the larger the points. And this is plotted with our two metrics, session duration and bounce rate. So we can see that high session duration and high bounce rate is an anomaly. And when we select some of these points, we can see them show up here on the table, and we can have a look at the outlier score. We can either choose to keep, which is to further drill down on the data, or reset and look at the whole data. We also have this clustering. We found 4 different clusters. We can also play with them here on the right to have a look at specific clusters. So if we want to look only at cluster 1, we can do like this, and this bar chart will respond in real time as well. You can see that Poland, Saudi Arabia, and Cameroon have the highest average session duration in this cluster 1. Thank you very much for watching. This was just a quick overview on how to use the Google Analytics connector to create a nice web traffic report.